Hey guys, this is an update on the chicken coop. We've started an outside run. What happened is we used that other chicken coop that I was building as a storeroom instead, so we built a new one. The corner's not finished. We're fixing it, and we gotta screw that tin down over the top. But here's the bottom of the run, and I got wire wrapped all the way across, and it comes up onto the sides and the bottom. So the bottom is completely covered in. I'm gonna have to haul in some dirt in here and cover up some of that wire. Don't have to be very much, but the chicken coop is like 7.5 by 8 foot. I made it out of those old fence panels, just like I did the other one, only this one's gonna have tin for the roof instead of those flat pieces of metal. And I will bring you back tomorrow when I get more done. I've got the wire sandwiched between these 2x4s. It's run on the outside and it's stapled to the bottom 2x6. And then I've got on the top of it, I've got this long 2x4. And on the inside, I've got sitting on top of the 2x6 another 2x4, and the wire is sandwiched between them. We have that Rottweiler that came and killed the rabbits, and so making them panels like this makes the wire stronger because it's shorter run. Tensile strikes a little better when it's not quite so long and floppy. And I'm going to put wire up there. It's going to be 6.5 foot tall on the wire so that we can walk out here without bumping our heads, even if we got a hat on. And then there's going to be supports coming from those uprights towards me that go across to the other side on this side, and they'll have uprights. And then the wire for the roof will be going across that to keep predators out. Unfortunately, I can't let my chickens free range out here because there's just too many predators. Between the hawks and the owls and the coons and everything like that. Now the chicken coop itself has a floor. I put it up on some pallets with plywood on it so that nothing can come underneath it and get to the chickens. And then after the 4 pallets were down, they're 4 foot by 4 foot pallets, I put some plywood down that had that green weather-proof coating on it that they use for roofs, with the green side up so that it protects the wood that's underneath the coating. And then there's a door on the other side. You can see through the corner through the door. And we'll put the door in there, and we'll have another door in the back. And I'm thinking about putting in a little sliding door so I can open and close a little chicken access door from the outside without having to go in, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that or not. When it comes time to do it, we'll see if I can do it. If I can't do it, then we just won't do it. So anyway, guys, I will be back with another update on the chicken coop probably tomorrow, and I'll add it to the end of this video. Hey guys, this is the chicken coop. Chickens are kind of picking on the rooster a little bit. I don't know why the hens are picking on the rooster. You'd think they'd want a boyfriend. He's a young rooster though. He's a barred rock. But it seems like all the chickens are picking on him. I don't know what the deal is with that. They've got clipped beaks, so I don't think they can really hurt him. They might be able to pull out a few feathers. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the chicken coop. I'm in the process of putting the top on it. I picked up the chickens yesterday because I wanted to get them before they ran out of chickens. These are 14-month-old production hens, and they're just now, I think, molting. So, you know, I got 2 eggs, but both of the shells are cracked. I don't know why they are cracked, but they were cracked, so I chunked them. There's only 2 eggs in there today. But if they're molting, that would explain why they don't want to lay. But we're going to let them get through with their molting and do everything that chickens do. And I'm going to put some sort of, about 6 foot of this, about half of this thing's going to be shaded with some metal, because I don't think the chickens wanted to come out on the sand today because I think it was hot on their feet. So I'm going to shade part of the run so that they have shelter from the sun. I've got 2 sheets of metal that was given to me, and they're 10 foot long, and that's an 8 foot run. So I'll be able to hang over about 1 foot on each side. So it should be okay that way. I might hang more of it on this side because this is the east side. The sun beats in from this side in the morning. And then in the afternoon, the trees shade it. So I think I need more on this side. So maybe I'll just run it to the edge of the run on that side and then let it hang over a couple of foot on this side. I don't know. We'll figure it out when I start putting the metal and wood up there. I just got these 2x4s. Thank you, Kyler, by the way. I bought a whole load of lumber as used, but those plywood and 2x4s and some 2x6s, not many, and 2 or 3 doors and just some things. It was a whole pickup truck, short bed pickup truck, and a small trailer, probably about a 10-foot trailer, but it was all full, and I got it for $130. There's still a bunch of trash in there, you know. There's a bunch of little short 2x4 chunks I'll have to burn, but I needed the lumber. I needed the 2x4s more than anything, and he had quite a few in there, so to finish this up. But I mean, I'm going to use like 5, maybe 6 of the 2x4s off that load, but the rest of the lumber on this particular project was free. The only thing it cost me was the wire and the nails and screws, and a couple of latches for the doors. Those are fence panels, 8-foot tall long fence panels. I had to cut the end off of because they're rotten on the bottom, made them 7 foot. And then, well, I'll take that back. The tin on the roof, it was used tin. I got 9 or 10 sheets of it for $30. So it's got a lot of holes in it, but I got a tube of caulk I'm fixing to get up there when I finish putting. I got to put 3 or 4 more screws in the roof before I finish it. Then I'm going to start caulking all the holes up there so it doesn't leak when it rains. Because I don't want the floor inside the chicken coop rotten just because the roof leaks. So, but there's the hens. Homestead's starting to come together. Guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, what's coming down the pike. The economy was shut down for a while. Well, you know, the American economy is a big, huge machine. It takes a while for anything to work its way through. All right, shutting it down for the way we did is going to cause a huge amount of problems within the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, I'm guessing we're going to go into a big depression because worldwide, this pandemic worldwide is causing havoc. Okay, not just our economies, other people's economies too. And excuse me. And I want everybody that watches me, if they don't already have it, start growing some of your own food, guys. Use the no-dig method, you know, so you don't have to work so hard at it. You know, I've got this no-dig garden going. I'll show it to you here in a second. I've got to water it here in a few minutes. But I wanted to show you the chicken coop real quick and some of the chickens. There was a deer here within about 40 foot of me a little while ago, but the video wants to be sideways. So I don't know if I can use it or not. If I can use it, when I get back, I'll post it as a separate video, just as a little add-on to this one. But this video just didn't want to come out upright. I don't know why. Maybe I hit some sort of setting button on my phone or something. I don't know. But there's my girls. I got 10 hens and 1 young rooster. I was supposed to get a Rhode Island red rooster, but he didn't have one at the time. So at least I have the young barred rock, which means I won't be able to collect eggs for a while for hatching, but for eating, they'll be just fine. Got 2 eggs today. Both of them were cracked, though, so I chunked them. I got to get some hay for the egg-laying boxes, or go pick some grass and let it dry and put it in there. So they'll have some place to lay their eggs. So, but I mean, they got bald spots. These hens have had a rough life so far, but they're fixing to have the life, man. They're going to have the good life. They got a brand spanking new spot. This has never had chickens in it, so there won't be any pre-existing diseases or anything in here. So they, you know, as far as that goes, it was all pristine forest floor, and I built this in here. It took us days, man, to build this thing because we started out with it just on the ground, and then I ended up jacking it up and putting pallets underneath it to get it up off the ground so that nothing could dig in, okay, and go under, and so that water wouldn't get in there on the inside, run from down uphill or something and make the floor all wet. and then be soggy. I wanted my chickens to stay high and dry, so to speak. So today I noticed they didn't want to come out because the sand was hot. So I'm gonna put a little shade out here for them, and they'll have shade like this in the afternoon. It's probably 4 o'clock right now, between 4 and 5 o'clock. So they'll have shade, good shade in the afternoon. So let me stand up here. I'll see if you can see the. We'll see if you can see inside. I don't think you can. Maybe I can bring it around here. I've got to do a lot of cleanup around here. This is a little sliding door right here that I made. I had my son come out here real early. And this slides and it opens up a little door so they can go in and out when the big door's not open. Like for the winter time, you know. And then here's the door going in. Watch out, girls. It might be too dark in here for you. I don't know. But there's the egg laying boxes. It was a cage, but they seemed to want to roost on top of it last night. Here's the roost I made for them. And they don't seem to be wanting to get on it. I don't know why. Maybe I'll have to take the egg laying box out for a while. I've got to feed them and water them here in a minute. But they laid both of their eggs right here instead of in the boxes. But I don't have hay in the boxes yet. But there's the little sliding door. And of course they're water tubs. I got to get a better watering system. And then there's the girls. Here, get out there and let them see you. Get out there and let them see you. There's the girls. And I think they're all in the middle of molting. They all look a little ragged. I clipped one wing on each chicken so they wouldn't be able to fly, because this is about a 6.5 foot tall run. I didn't want them to get out. So, but that's where they are. They're 12 bucks a piece. But they're 14 months old. I think I already said that, but we're going to get them healthy and get them happy, and then they'll start laying again. Hens will lay for 2 or 3 years. You know, they may not lay as much as they do the first year after they become a full-grown chicken. But anyway, I got my food, and there's the grit right there. That's mainly grains right there. It's wheat and steam rolled oats. I've got some egg layer pellets. I gotta mix me up some feed. So, see all the holes in the roof? I gotta caulk all of those. So, anyway, I'm gonna get out of here so you guys can see everything. And I got a latch. Now here's the no-dig garden. I got 3 beds. You get the shade so that the picture is right so I can see what we're doing. Okay, yes, it's a mess. But you got to break a few eggs and make an omelet, right? I got 2 yellow squashes right there. And then what they call a jalapeno. It's supposed to be a non-hot jalapeno. And then a basil plant. Then I've got, on this row, I've got 2 jalapenos and 5 tomatoes. And on this row, I've got zucchini squash, acorn squash, rosemary, a couple of bell pepper plants, and I think 1 more jalapeno. And it's not much of a garden yet, but it's getting there. And then I've got my apple trees. I've got 3 apple trees and 3 pear trees. It'll be a while before these things are big enough to affect the garden. So I figure I got at least 5 years I can grow out here, maybe more, before I have to worry about it. I'm using up that pile of lumber and metal over there. I'm going to extend these beds out. They're going to go all the way to where the van is, eventually. And I'm going to widen the beds this winter after I get everything harvested. I'm going to widen the beds and narrow up these walkways quite a bit, because I need wider beds to plant more than just 1 row of stuff in there. It's like I want to put carrots in there in the spring, and I want 2 or 3 rows of carrots in just 1 bed. So I have to spread the bed out wide enough to accommodate that. So, and this is the no-dig garden and the chicken coop. And it's trashed around here right now. I had to make we was having deer come in here, so we took beer cans and plastic bags and everything and strung it up all around to try to make a scare fence, and it kind of worked. But this one deer was over here just a few minutes ago. She came within like 40 foot of me. Here's some of the new cages that the lady paid for after the Rottweiler killed and destroyed killed a bunch of my rabbits and destroyed the cages. I've got right there where you see that light color spot just on this side of that bucket. I'm going to clean that out next, and that's going to be where the new rabbit hutch goes. I'm going to try to make it 3 or 4 wide. Now I might have to make more than one. Oh, I know I'm going to have to make more than one. But Lucas ordered 2 15 by 15 foot dog kennels, and I'm going to put the rabbit cages in one kennel and have a chain link fence around the whole kennel area. I mean the whole hutch area, to try to keep critters away. So hopefully that'll work out good. They were on Facebook Marketplace. It was one of the sponsored ads. They were $99 a piece, so I ordered 2 of them. Now they're coming all the way from China, so it might take them a month or 6 weeks to get here, but that's okay too. We'll deal with it when we get there. I just know that's where I'm going to put it. It's 15 by 15 foot, so I'm going to put it right there in that spot. And it'll have shade in the afternoon. So, and then where the 2 pens are over there, I might just leave that for overflow for the ones I'm going to keep to raise up, because I've already got it built. No sense tearing it down necessarily. And I got some spools and a bunch of lumber, and it just looks like really bad right now. But like I said, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. So we'll have a cleanup party as soon as I get things done being built. I got to get rid of that tree stump right there. And most of that lumber is going to be used up soon. So, and then Lucas made a little quickie work table to put things on to cut, because we have no sawhorses yet. So, and as you can see, it's pretty messy still. But my fence came down, my little scare fence. The string broke. I got to redo the string fence. But I hung things like plastic bags and tin cans and everything on it to scare away any deer. And so far, so good, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and y'all come back and see me.